many companies are dropping the need for a college degree.
That's a good thing. Yeah, right? Okay.
Yes, but also no.
Okay. I want to hear more.
So, as everybody knows, a college degree has been like kind of memed where, like, oh, you need a college degree. And it's like, but for what? It's like, it says right here, college degree needed. And it's like, what am I going to do with it? It's like, college degrry needed. Can you
Oh
not
my
read?
God. That is true. Yeah, a lot of companies put it on their requirements.
Mm-hmm. So I do think that it's been a cultural, like societal thing, normalcy that like any entry level position, like in corporate or any higher level position, will require a college degree.
Yeah. I've
No
seen
more.
Yeah, that is a good thing because I have seen some positions where it's like you mentioned entry level position and you need like a master's degree or you
I
need
guess it
X years
depends.
of
Yeah.
experience or something like this.
For an entry level.
Yeah.
But the thing is that a recent study or survey that conducted in November revealed that 45% of respondents from companies did not, so they plan to stop requiring bachelor's degrees for certain positions, not all positions.
I wonder what positions they're going to be because, and I wonder why they're doing this. I wonder if it's going to, I wonder why they're going to be doing something like this because why hadn't they done it before? Maybe they're running out of, maybe they need new talent, but yeah.
So a lot of these things are trying to get people with more certificates.
Oh, interesting.
So the idea is that like, they have the skills, but maybe they don't have the degree. So the bar to entry for a lot of these positions that they're trying to fill is too high to where like, people can't get taught fast enough or get through college fast enough to be able to do the job. But as we're finding out later, a college degree is not the end all be all.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So we'll continue this discussion after you consider hitting that subscribe button. We come out with interesting videos like this one daily. So if you want to keep up to date on interesting conversations and topics like this, consider hitting that subscribe button. So where I'm going with this is that a lot of the skills that you learn in college, like your math, your English and stuff, they might not carry over directly to a position at a company.
No, they don't. I don't think they do. For most of especially like you think about GE classes. I took like life science, and I haven't used any life science. Ever in my job.
I mean, fair enough, but that's the point that these businesses are trying to make is that a lot of times if they want someone who can code, which is the one that they give an example for, it would be easier to just have someone who has taken a bootcamp class that all they know is how to code. Like that's the thing they went to school or like the course for. They learned how to code, and that's what they know. I don't think they in your job like corporate position like doing coding. I don't think you need to know the ins and outs of like how like different math equations work.
Yeah, they just need you to do one particular task or learn one particular part of the business and be efficient within that particular part, which kind of makes sense if you think about it, especially within the coding one. It's like there's a lot of people who are really good at coding. Doesn't necessarily mean that they have a degree because the thing is the internet exists, YouTube exists, people can learn anything. People can learn anything off of the internet. And the thing is like things like that you could just learn for free for the most part. But boot camps and courses do really help, and certificates really help, and it's a shorter time frame. It does pull in more people in industries that are probably don't have as much of a talent pool, and it just brings them forward. Yeah,
that is true because a lot of these different news outlets are saying that the fact that the degree requirement is being taken away is helpful because, as we all know, college in the United States is very, very expensive. Even if you have some sort of help from the college, it can still be like a huge burden because a lot of times they don't give you full ride. It's just like, we'll pay a percentage or a portion of it, but you still have to come up with the rest of the money.
What is it like at a UC with room and board? It's like $100,000.
It's
Yeah.
insanely crazy
Yeah.
how much money you'd be spending
On your education, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Which you probably will get a degree. Sometimes you will get a degree that you're making less money, and then you have to pay that back to school with interest.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so
So the issue then becomes not a question of like skill, but a question of how do you vet different candidates for positions when a easy identifier for these positions was the degree.
yeah.
So the issue that they're coming into is that like, oh, while it's like not the most representative of experience, having a degree kind of gives like a baseline. Like, okay, if you have at least this, like, then you're in this other pool of people, and that leaves out a lot of people that who have applied for the position.
Yeah, and the thing is, I will give an example for me on a company that which will not be named.
It's true.
I had a recruiter reach out to me, and they said that I look good on paper. The only thing that was holding me back was not having that degree, and I believe that it did bar me entry because they told me that I wouldn't be able to land the role because of it, which is pretty wild because every other requirement I met. So I mean, I think it does. Like my personal opinion is that for a while now, people had said it's like go get a degree. It'll really help with the job market. It'll give you an edge, which I think it could be true, especially from the experience that I had, where it's like after I got a degree, it became. I think my chances increased because. I think that even like LinkedIn has tools to vet people, to people who have degrees or don't have degrees. So there is like things that they could tailor to, but every company is different. It's good to see that this trend's continuing and going forward, and that like more employers are leaning to not having degrees and probably going to people with more experience. That's my 2 cents on it.
Yeah, the issue is that like to get to the entry level positions, degree required.
Yeah,
so
it's true.
So like these like situations where people start like I think at one point I think it was a Walmart CEO at one point. I think it might have been a past one. He started off as an associate and then worked his way up.
Can't really do that anymore.
Yeah,
really.
that's a pretty difficult order to get. But I mean. It seems like it's getting more towards that. But I do want to know down below, like, do you think this is a positive thing? Because when I think about it, it's very mixed where the crazy thing is that like, oh, like we need to increase the pool of people applying for these positions. But then on the other hand, we're trying to vet out as many people as possible. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think the thing is that I think that certificates really help. I think certificates are probably the way of the future on how things are going to be done. In my opinion, I think that that college itself is great. It's great for learning and knowing how to think and thinking differently. But there's some people that already have that instinct and able to like identify things to that capacity.
One thing that I always heard was that, or I've heard in the past, was that a college degree just proves that you're able to learn quickly and able to apply yourself and study and have a certain level of work ethic.
Yeah.
I think like that's one way that it was told to me is like college degree it doesn't matter about like what you did in college. The fact that you got the degree is the real thing. It's like, oh, like seeing that you got this, you're able to study, you're able to like read over things and understand things, able to take in information and then apply it to like some sort of coursework. So like you're able to ingest information and then produce a result. And then they're like, okay, well, we're still going to teach you how to do your job, but like that's basically another college course.
Let me tell you that there's people that have college degrees that don't necessarily have those skills yet.
That's true.
So I think it does vary, but yes, I think that you're right on that. I think yes, college does teach you how to do projects, work with others. It just teaches you to think differently. But that's also stuff you could learn also outside.
Oh yeah, 100%. But
Yeah,
it's
so-
just like in terms of just knowing for like it's like, oh, you see a degree and it's like, okay, like just 1 second look is like, okay, degree not degree. It's like, okay, one person has it and one person doesn't.
Think about AI.
That's true. I think that's going to really mess things up in the future when you look at job applicants. So that's probably why they're going more towards maybe like people having portfolios and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But let us know in the comments down below your thoughts on this. Do you think this is a good move? I think in general, it's a great move.
Yeah.
But I do wonder how the recruiting space is going to handle this type of thing and whether or not it will produce the best results.
Yeah, and the actually very final thing,
Okay,
if you
yeah.
have an advanced degree, I'm wondering if this will affect you or how you feel about it. Because if you have an advanced degree, then potentially you could be competing with someone that doesn't have a degree. Maybe you're a better candidate, but at the same time, if they have experience and you don't, I wonder how that's going to be weighed. But let us know in the comments down below.